discuss this further with Matthew Bryza. He's a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council and joins us now live from here in Istanbul. Matthew, welcome. So what we're seeing now is this absolutely ugly stalemate with human beings being used as pawns. Could anyone have seen this coming from Belarus?
I don't think so. This is utterly appalling. I mean, this is state-sponsored trafficking in persons. This is a crime. It's a criminal act. So, no, I mean, Lukashenko, he's brutal. I mean, the nickname is Europe's last dictator. He's mercurial. He's emotional. And I think, by the way, I think his threat to cut off natural gas shipments via Belarus to the EU was an emotional moment that he's going to regret. Because when he said that, he really made Russia look bad. Because Russia and Putin are trying to convince the European Union to go ahead with Nord Stream 2.
Right. And so by the EU, Russia has been, I don't want to say painted, Russia has been outright accused by the EU of being the mastermind of this. To what extent do you think that's true?
Whether it's the mastermind, I don't know. I have no doubt, though, that Russia strongly supports the general trend, the general concept. Because Russia has instrumentalized refugees vis-a-vis Turkey coming from Syria, right, with the threat of military action or actually military actions in Idlib, which worries Turkey about a flood of refugees, and Russia uses that as negotiating leverage. And in this case, I think Moscow really miscalculated that Poland was on the outs with the EU, right? I mean, the big dispute that's arisen in recent months and years between Poland and the EU is whether or not Poland should be punished.
Right.
For not accepting EU law and following EU procedures in the judicial branch. And I think Russia overstepped here. It went too far because now, as we just heard Heiko Maas, the German foreign minister, say in the package as we were about to speak, Germany is saying now, forget about all that acrimony with Poland over democratic reform. We need full solidarity now with Poland. So this is a diplomatic debacle for Russia and Belarus.
Yeah, I think that's a really good description. Also, we've only seen this crisis worsen over a period of not days or weeks, but months. The EU has been calling for something as simple as a humanitarian corridor, but it's shameful that at this point, even that seems out of reach. What do you see breaking this stalemate?
Yeah, by the way, that is shameful. And I've been to this area, Białowieża, on the Belarusian-Polish border, and it is rugged. I mean, it's the last virgin forest in Europe. It's a dangerous place to be out in the cold. So the way out of this, I think, is the only way out is that Belarus is going to have to give in. As I mentioned a moment ago, this whole bit of antics has become a debacle diplomatically for Belarus, but also now for Russia. So I think over the course of the next few weeks, we will see President Putin looking for a way to help Lukashenko de-escalate. But that'll happen only if the EU turns up the heat with this fifth round of sanctions against Belarus, with sanctions against Belavia, the national airline, and also maybe even with sanctions or penalties against any airline that would fly these desperate poor people from Iraq or wherever else to Belarus to be pushed by Belarusian authorities toward the Polish border.
Got it. Got it. Matthew, it's always great hearing your insights. Thanks for joining us.